Yeah, absolutely. So JWB companies started back in 2006. About 2010, we started doing build to rent. And so we were one of the first people in the country to do this, where we were building new construction homes as rentals. That has evolved into townhomes. So we do a bunch of townhomes. We'll do whole townhome communities, and it's a build to rent townhome community where we're selling off individual townhome units to investors, but it is residential. We've always said, all right, we're one business. JWB is the company. We just have departments. And the more separated departments are in their processes and their information and things like that, it doesn't feel like one collaborative team. And so I think that's part of it, is just having the ability for information to flow seamlessly between the different departments helps people actually think they're part of the same team. And I know that's a psychological thing, but it's in an office environment, that's real. So I think that's part of it. And then also just problems. I mean, we would have people that would make changes in one system and it hadn't pushed an update to another department. And so it would cause an issue for another department. And there's just incredible amount of finger pointing when things go wrong. And if you have these segmented software, things are not instantaneous. So things will go wrong in a very fluid office environment. So for us, accounting wise, I mean, we have 45 different entities that we run out of this office. So there are different entities that own properties and have their own portfolios and things like that. And so from an accounting standpoint, QuickBooks Enterprise was not able to handle what we were up to. And so we needed an accounting solution that could function across multiple entities and be able to compile entities and move. You know, if a bill comes in and it has 500 lines on it, I need to be able to get all that stuff in and sort it out to which business is supposed to pay for that cost. And so we actually started from an accounting side, looked into some different programs within accounting, and then we kind of settled on, well, shoot, if we're going to do this for accounting, where else are we struggling, and can we consolidate all of the different programs that we're using? Couple things, but the big selling point was we're spending this money because it needs to return on investment. There needs to be a return on it's an investment. It's not just an expense, and it has to be like that in order for us to even take on this project. So when we spent time talking to some of the other referrals that Kunal linked us up with, we were focused on, all right, how have you grown over the time frame that you went from Salesforce, previous to Salesforce, to having, this system all built for you? How has your business grown? And then talk to me about staff. Talk to me about, the EBITDA. Talk to me about your profits changing over that time frame as well. And so for us, I mean, last year alone, we grew about 20% last year. So our business was on a rampant growth base last year through all of these changes and things like that. We ended the year with less people than we started the year off with. Since they've worked on so many different projects for with a wealth of different businesses, when we're bringing up problems and, hey, this is what we need solved, so this is what we need implemented into our platform, it doesn't sound like it's the first time they've ever seen it. Like, okay, here's what we've done for this business, and here's what worked and what didn't work for that business, and what they liked and didn't like about what we built. And here's what we've done for another company, and here's some of the challenges that you're going to have. If I build what you're asking me for, here's what some of the challenges are going to be. And that's really valuable. And so some of the things early on, when we first got into this, we were very focused on, this is what our process is. Can you replicate our process within Salesforce? And Kunal was like, that's not what you really want. You want to be able to do what you need, but you need to make sure that it's scalable and flexible to be able to change as you change. So we're doing single family homes and townhomes right now, but some of his experience with other companies is on multifamily. And he's like, if you just make this adjustment here to your process, you can take over multifamily and make it work for your processes in the future if you ever decide to do that. So kind of looking out for future state and not focused on current state, I think is very important. All right. So property management. Property management team used to be able to manage 200 properties per portfolio or per property manager. They are now 500 is the number of properties under management for a property manager. Leasing side of the business. I mean, leasing agents now have doubled how many homes they can rent out. Part of that is some new technology that we've implemented, but a lot of it is the Salesforce integration that we've done here with the REDA team. So I think it's really just the scalability of our team, our current team. I mean, I think we had 80 teammates going into 2019, and we ended 2020 at 77 teammates. But I keep going back to the staff. I mean, I want the staff doing their highest and best use. And what I've been able to eliminate are all of the mundane admin tasks. Like those admin tasks have gone away because Salesforce is my admin. And so that information happens automatically and people can just focus on their highest and best use. And that's where I've been able to scale up what they're doing and decrease overall count of bodies in my office. I'm excited for the next phase, which is, all right, let's look at this process and let's tear this process down and let's rebuild it to something that is even more scalable. And I don't have concerns about that because I know teammate wise and platform wise, we have the ability to do that as long as we want to. And obviously there's a cost to it and there's time and you're disrupting your team because you're making changes on them. But as a business owner, I at least know I can if I want to.